I am so grateful for this podcast right now because truly I feel like my life is going 700 miles per hour. I feel like everything's crashing down around me. I feel like I'm that dog in that house fire going, it's fine. Everything's fine. And then I don't know if this was a continuation of the meme. I don't even know where the meme is from, but suddenly the dog just goes, everything is not fine, and takes off running. Y'all remember in SpongeBob's brain when it was like, forget everything except for fine dining and breathing. And then all the little SpongeBobs run around crazy in his brain, just burning everything to the ground. That's what life's been feeling like. And every day I feel like I'm just walking around like, well, this is what we got to deal with today. But you know what? It's okay. It's fine because I'm on here to talk about books and ain't nobody can take that from me. And that's on period poop. Boom. Run that intro. Welcome back to the Distract Me Please podcast. I'm your host, Brianna Silva, and today I am here by myself. As always at this point, I think we've gone a couple of years without having a guest on here, but I'm here by myself to talk about books. As always, yeah. But okay, in reality, I'm not always talking about books, am I? Sometimes I talk a little bit about my life. Now, let's give y'all a running update. Actually, I'm not ready to talk about it yet. What? There are NDAs that have been signed, so I can't talk about it, but there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and it is just insane. It's insane. My life feels insane. I don't like it. I don't like the position that I'm in. I'm currently in a position where, I can talk about this. I'm currently in a position where I am trying to put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it, but not in a good way. Like literally trying to backtrack from a situation that I was put in, and it just wasn't working out. Financially, it wasn't working out, and everything was falling apart, and I was digging myself into a really deep hole of debt from putting my trust into somebody. And so yeah, it just wasn't working out, and I had to step away. And so recently I've just been scrambling to fix those mistakes and scrambling to find so many extra sources of income just to like fix everything. And I feel like every day is just another spiral. I mean, even this morning I woke up with a y'all, I woke up to a panic attack, a miniature baby one, but I haven't done that in so long. I haven't done that since I graduated college. Oh, I'm lying. I've definitely done that since I've graduated college, but while I was in college, that happened way more frequently. As of recently, that hasn't been happening too often. So it's been crazy to like have to experience it again, to like wake up having a panic attack again. And so like, you know, because I woke up with a surge of adrenaline, I just got up and started going about my day. I haven't even taken a midday nap. Do y'all understand how big of a deal that is for me? I love a midday nap. Oh, a midday nap gets me through life. I can't even take midday naps anymore. Like my anxiety is crazy. I'm taking magnesium vitamins to go to sleep as like an extra sleep aid. Like I know it's just vitamins, but I can't even go to sleep naturally. Like I'm going to the gym, tiring myself out, coming home, popping vitamins, and then going to sleep to finally sleep soundly. And life has just been lifing. It has not been okay. I have not been okay. Every day is another crash out that's been stalled. So when I actually crash out, I'll at least do it on the podcast so that way I can monetize it and we can talk about it later, right? We'll talk about it in the comments or something. Remember, if you're on Spotify, leave a comment. If you're on Pandora, share with your friends, collect the podcast, give it a 5 stars. I see you, Pandora and Sirius XM listeners. Y'all are pulling through for your girl, and I appreciate that. Thank you. A round of applause for Pandora and Sirius XM listeners, and to everyone else who listens on Spotify, because that's another big portion of my podcast listeners. Thank you. Y'all the real MVPs. Now let's get into today's actual topic. Oh my, what the hell? What the Helly? Imagine I'm sitting here rambling and I'm sitting on my floor because I didn't want to be in the squeaky chair. Because if you've been a long time listener, you know the squeaky chair, right? Oh my God. So I was like, I'm going to get out of the squeaky chair because I literally skipped a week of podcasting, which I skipped a week of podcasting for everything that I just previously talked about. We're going on like a week and a half of not podcasting, right? So I was like, I have to come back with the best audio ever. Got to stop doing the phone clips. Like I'm coming on and I'm going to kill it, right? Sorry. My throat dried out. Hold on, I need to drink some water. Whoa, my throat dried out. So I was like, I'm coming back. I'm sitting on the floor. We're not going to have a squeaky chair in the background. Lo and behold and lo, my foot unplugs the mic. That is so fun. Isn't that just fun? So back to what I actually wanted to come on here and talk about today, which was annotating books. Brianna, why are we talking about annotating books? Because it used to be a fun hobby of mine, right? Well, I mean, reading's a fun hobby of mine, just in general. Oh, you know what? Actually, before we talk about that, I want to talk about other things that made me want to have a miniature crash out today. So I got my eyebrows done today, right? I finally was able to scrounge up a little bit of extra cash, and I was like, I'm going to get my eyebrows done. I haven't done my eyebrows in weeks. It's starting to make me feel ugly. I'm always a little baddie, shoddy, a little baddie. She my little boo thing. And Shotty got the fatty. That's exactly how I feel, okay? Shotty be catching mood swings. Like how Pop Smoke feels about that girl that he's talking about in mood swings. That's exactly how I be feeling when my eyebrows be done. So I had to go get my eyebrows done. I was like, I gotta go looking like a baddie. Like my eyebrows not being done is making me feel so ugly. Like to the point where every time I looked at myself, I was like, dog, I look stupid. I look so ugly, right? Self-confidence like only dropped 0.0003%. Like it didn't fully make me go like, oh, I'm so ugly, but like sometimes I'll look at myself and be like, damn girl, fix that. So I decided to fix it today. Go get my eyebrows done, y'all. I knew it was going to be bad. Like, so she starts doing it. She's going slow. If you've ever had your eyebrows threaded, you know the slower it goes, the more painful it is. And if someone's going slow, it's because they are trying to map out every hair. You know someone has been doing this. You know someone is not new to this. They're true to this. If they're threading your eyebrows and they're going quickly because they're literally pulling out rows of eyebrows at a time and they're not trying to sit there mapping out the eyebrows. They trust the thread. This lady didn't trust the thread. This lady had no trust in the thread. She did the slow. It felt like she took a tweezer and went hair by hair. That's how painful it was. Like I'm feeling the hair twist in the thread and then slowly being pulled. It was the most painful thing of my life. And I stopped getting wax because when I get waxed, it irritates my skin. I can't do waxing around my eye, like waxing my face. I can't wax my upper lip. I can't wax my eyebrows. I can't. So I've moved on to threading. Threading the upper lip though hurts like crazy. I'm not that stupid. So we just take a little dermaplaning razor. You know, we fix that upper lip. We're a hairy girl out here in these streets. We fix that, right? Today it felt like my eyebrows were my upper lip and it hurt so bad. So that was red flag number 1. She was going so slow that I was sitting there like, she is mapping out hair by hair how to do this. This is not going to come out good, right? And then I'm feeling her thread places that I ain't never felt thread touch before. And I was like, oh, this is about to be bad. This is about to be really, really bad. This is so bad. Yep, it's going so downhill. I have never felt someone thread my eyebrows like this. Lo and behold and lo, typically, anytime I've got my eyebrows threaded, they hold up a mirror to you. They go, do you like this? Do you want to replicate it on the other side? You say yes, you move on about your life. Now, here's the thing. Every single time I get my eyebrows threaded, I get roasted for about 2 minutes. Brianna, why are you getting roasted for 2 minutes? Because I have bald patches in my eyebrows. I don't know why. It's like the one place on my body that I'm not hairy is my eyebrows, which is weird because like if you see my eyebrows grow out, they do they do grow out what looks to be bushy, but if you pay attention, you realize it's literally just like one layer of, like they're not thick. Okay, like my hair just my hair grows wild. Not even wild, because it's not like it sticks up in different directions. They lay flat. I would never get an eyebrow perm. It would be a waste of time on my eyebrow hairs. But my point is, I would say it's like a medium thickness. My eyebrow hairs aren't thick. Like the individual hairs are thick, but like my eyebrows themselves aren't thick and bushy. Like you can see through my eyebrows. It is like a translucent piece of paper. Like it's there, but you can definitely see through it, right? And so that's just what it looks like. I'm being so for real. And so every time they're always like, you got bald spots. And I'm like, I know. And they're always like, how do you want me to go about that? Like, do you want me to thread it to like get rid of those bald spots so your eyebrows are going to be thinner? Or would you prefer to keep the thickness, leave the bald spots there, and then you'll fill them in later? And what I prefer is leave the bald spots, I'll fill them in later, because where my bald spots are, I've had them threaded before where they try to go around those bald spots and cut them out of my eyebrows, and I look stupid. Anyway, so today, so she didn't even roast me for 2 minutes. She just went on. What did she do? She cut the bald spots out. So my eyebrows look like the Hollister bird, where one is in a state of shock and surprise. In fact, the guy, oh God, I hate men. I hate men. Oh, I hate man. Ooh, I hate man. Just I hate man. Um, the man that's currently the love interest in my life, right? I sent him a picture and he said, "It looks like you're doing Dwayne The Rock Johnson's eyebrow raise," and then sends me pictures of it. Boy, I was already so disappointed in the eyebrow threading that I looked at it and I was like, that's exactly what I look like. Like, I couldn't even be mad, bro. I couldn't even be mad because I was like, yeah, nah, give me a bald cap and that's exactly what I look. It is so bad. You know how the Hollister bird has like one wing up and the other one's down because it's kind of like in a turning motion mid-flight? Like, oh my God. That's what my eyebrows look like. I'm in a state of shock and surprise on one eye and one eye only. It looks like I'm constantly questioning things around me on one eye and one eye only. The other one's so perfect, so cute. Like, giving me straight brow is so friggin' cute. Oh my God. Half my eyebrow is missing on the other one, which is what's leading me in a state of shock and surprise. I can't, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so bad. I just went, I'm going to McDonald's. I'm going to McDonald's. McDonald's is going to make me feel better. Now, for everyone who's about to be like, aren't you boycotting McDonald's? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, sweetheart. It made me feel better and I barely have money right now. And well, you know what? And that's such a bad excuse because I know there's fast food restaurants. Literally, Jack in the Box is doing like the $5 biggie bag. Wendy's does the biggie bag for like $5. Like, there's so many places having cheap meals. McDonald's was closest and I couldn't think about boycotting American capitalism right now. I was too mad, too upset, too angry. Moving forward, moving on. Next question. Then I get an email being like, oh my God, Brianna, like, confirm your job interview. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to confirm this job interview. Lo and behold and lo, after I confirm the job interview, I look it up on Reddit. They define it as a devil corp. What is a devil corp? Oh, I don't know. I even had to figure it out. Well, it turns out it's a slang word for like these MLM. And it's an MLM where it's literally people having you stand at these different locations, like standing in Sam's Club, like you're selling Girl Scout cookies, asking people if they want to buy the product, representing the product. And then also at the same time, like, do you want to be a part of this company? Like, your entire salary is based on selling a product and they make you feel like, oh, you can have your own business doing what I do. Like, it is basically the equivalent of like owning a franchise of a big name already, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work unless it's a restaurant. In fact, a majority of restaurants fail anyways. So like oh my God. So then I find that out and now I'm like, now I got to go miss the interview. Now I have to go cancel it. Now I got to go figure something out. I think I'm just going to ghost them. Oh, the way I love ghosting. Ooh, who lives in this pineapple under the sea? A really mad son of a, anyways. So as I was saying, so today we're going to talk about how I annotate like a serial killer. Brianna, why do you think that you annotate like a serial killer? So I love annotating books. Here's the thing. I think I enjoy annotating books because of stationary items more than I enjoy annotating. And I say this because when you annotate a book, it forces you to slow down. It forces you to read a book on a tabletop because trying to annotate in your lap without like a little lap desk or something is really hard because you have all your pretty highlighters, you have your pretty pens, you have your little pretty tabby stickies to put on the side. And then call me a conservative, call me traditional. I am such a believer of taking such good care of books that like you shouldn't mark in them. And so I recently got into the world of annotating, and not that recently, like I would say in the past year, but also my reading hobby started in the past year. Let's see. I started reading in June of 2024, and then I moved into 2020. Oh no. June of 2023. And then I read of all of 2024. So I think I started annotating like June, July of 2024. Like it was it was a good bit a while into like my new reading hobby journey. And so when I annotate a book, it always feels like I'm doing something illegal. It's like, I shouldn't be doing this. Like, I should not be marking up this book like this. And so because of that, I use the clear Post-it notes. If you don't know what a clear Post-it note is, look it up on Amazon. I found out about these in high school because, you know, when you got like handed the textbooks from high school from your professors, and not your professors, but your teachers, they would hand you these textbooks and you have to return it to them at the end of the year or whatever. But it's just like the textbook for the school year for that class. Well, I had a friend who found it easier to study and take notes and to focus if she could write in the book. But because we had to return the book and you couldn't damage the book, she would get clear Post-it notes to write in the book. So that's how I learned about them. So I was like, I'm going to get a pack of clear Post-it notes so I can write in my books, because when I'm on my Kindle, I love annotating and I love adding my thoughts in certain points. And like oh my God, back to this is why I say I annotate like a serial killer, because I want to annotate like an English professor, right? I want to write notes of like, and I think this is foreshadowing to this, and the author meant this because of this, because back here they said this, and then this and this and this. What actually comes out on the page is, oh my God, this stupid beep, 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 beep. I hate her. That's what comes out instead. That's what comes out instead. And you know, you should be highlighting the important parts, the crazy parts, the sad parts, the parts that just make you feel something, that touched you, that sparked ideas, right? There have been times that I've highlighted over half a page. Damn near wanted to highlight the entire page. Like, just can't sit there and point anything important out in the text, full on highlighting the entire page because of how crazy it got. And actually, I will be posting a picture of that if I can find it on Instagram, because I want to post pictures of some of the annotations that I did. And by the time you're listening to this, that picture should already be up on Instagram and Threads. Follow me at Podcast Girly on both of them. And so my annotations are insane. And so I love doing it on my Kindle because I love, you know, highlighting, writing my thoughts, moving forward, which also makes me want to get the, what is it called? The color something, the Kindle that has color, because at first I was like, okay, that Kindle is such a waste of time and money and space because it's $400, almost $400 for that Kindle. What is it like? No, Kindle Scribe is the one that you can write on. Kindle Color, it's the Kindle Color Soft. That's what it's called. Is the Kindle Color Soft. And I was like, it's a waste of time and resources and money, because the only thing that's going to be in color are the book covers. And who truly cares? Because you look at the book covers for like 2 seconds. Like, the book covers only stand out when you're scrolling through your library, right? But then I saw that because it's in color, when you're highlighting notes, or like when you're highlighting and annotating a book, you get different highlighter colors. And that made me want it even more. So maybe once upon a time, when I finally have money, I will be purchasing it. Yes, thank you. I'm so brave. I'm so brave for talking about this on the internet. But anyways, moving forward. But yeah, oh my God, I miss it. I'm starting to annotate again. And I'm currently reading an arc called Dragon Gods. Where's my Kindle? If my Kindle's not, oh, my Kindle's up there. Yeah, it's not that close to me. Oh, but I do have the Kindle app on my computer. So let's see if I can pull it up. But I'm currently reading an arc, and I'm pretty sure it's called Dragon Gods. Oh, Yep, Dragon Gods. It's called Dragon Gods. Who is it by again? Let's see if I can find out. Right there, Chris. Hello. By Christian Michelle. Damn, my glasses sometimes don't be glassesing. Oh, if for anyone who listened to oh yeah, I forgot I also got the Blood of Hercules on Amazon Prime. Not as in like the Prime Day sale for books, which yeah, let's talk about that. Where is it? Dragon Gods. Yep. I think this is Kirsten Michelle. Michelle. Okay, Dragon Gods by Kirsten Michelle. It's currently an arc, so it's not out yet. I believe it comes out in May. I want to say May 27th. I want to say May 27th. I know that's when A High Dive comes out, which is a book written by Chelsea Fagan from The Financial Diet. Again, the YouTube video that I'm always watching about personal finance, because we love personal finance over here. Maybe this book comes out May 15th, actually. And if that's the case, I need to speed up my reading. Ooh, happy belated 420. I had to throw that in there. I personally don't celebrate anymore, but I personally don't celebrate it for myself, but I do love hyping people up because, like, yes, 420. Anyways, moving on. I don't know where I'm getting this energy from. I did not have caffeine today. Did I have caffeine today? No. I had a Capri Sun with my breakfast. Because I'm a child. Not really. I'm an adult looking for happiness. And sometimes things like Capri Suns bring me joy. Okay? Anyways. As I was saying, the Amazon Book Day sale. So, Indie Bookstore Day is April 27th. Or is it April 26th? Hold on, I have it written in my calendar. Oh, I don't have it written in my calendar. Okay, I believe it's April 26th. Let's just Google it. Indie Bookstore Day. In a suburban house. Last Saturday of April. So it is the 26th. Yeah. So Indie Bookstore Day is April 26th. Amazon decided to have a sites-wide book sale on April 25th. Now, we are back in our recession era, okay? Like let's not play. Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. We're back in our recession era. How do we know we're back in our recession era? Because recession pop is back in. I know my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my off. I still can't pay it though. But I got just enough to do what? To get off in this club and have me a good time before my time is up. Hey, I'm telling y'all, I'm so broke it's not even funny. Mr. Worldwide. I said I'm so broke it's not even funny. Hey, 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 let's get now. Anyways. Those were not the complete lyrics because I needed to make a remix for Me, Myself, and I. Me, Myself, and I. Anyways. Hot mess. Hot mess. I don't know where this energy is coming from. It's coming from anxiety. That's what it is. That's what it is. As I was saying, so let's be honest. We're all feeling a little strangled by the throat financially, if you will. Okay, maybe on our knees in front of a firing squad with the finances, if you will. Okay, my point is finances feel a little dangerous. The girl is so dangerous. The girl is a bad girl. I'm gonna have a karaoke moment as soon as I stop recording. Ooh, I could get down right now. Like, I really want to sing. He didn't say I couldn't sing. How many people logged out? As I was saying. So, we're all feeling a little choked out by our finances. So please, if you want to do the Amazon book sale day, I get it because a discount is a discount. And if you have a book that's been waiting in your cart for so long and you just want to take that deal, I get it. I'm not going to be the person who sits there and pressures people and is like, it's all bad. Ignore the corporations, because what I feel like fails to be added to this topic of when people are like, boycott the corporations, get rid of them, don't shop from them, blah, 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 blah. Because they're corporations that are ultra rich, they can afford to give discounts. Like, I remember hearing on a podcast somewhere that, well, I heard it from a podcast because a couple years ago, we saw that Amazon was paying $0 in, I don't remember if it was income tax or estate tax or something. But in one of the tax categories, even though Amazon is a mega corporation worth over $1 billion, like multi-billion-dollar corporation, they still get to pay $0 in specific kind of, not all taxes, but a specific kind of tax because they lose money. They're still on paper losing money from how much money it takes to give people free shipping on Amazon, to have people paying Amazon Prime and then not making them pay the shipping and handling, but instead only paying for the product and the taxes and fees that are associated with it. But shipping and handling is completely free. There's so many other free things that we get on Amazon. And Amazon can only offer that because they are a multi-billion-dollar corporation who can afford to make people use their product more because of all the deals they give out. Same thing at these big grocery retail chains and all this stuff like Walmart, Target, all the places that we're currently boycotting. These places, people go and shop at these places for their deals, and their deals are so good because of how much money they have. So sometimes I feel like people don't talk enough about when you start shopping small, when you start shopping local, these people, even though the family associated with it, it's a mom and pop shop, the mom and pop who own the shop, about their kids, about their life. They can't afford to give you discounts because if they give you discounts, that's taking money out of their pocket that they're instantly going to feel financially. And so even though I would sit here and say, go shop every single book that you want to buy on Amazon, on Amazon's book sale day, go spend that money on an independent bookstore. You're going to pay the higher fees. You're going to pay the higher price. Don't shop at Barnes & Noble. That's the one thing I have to put my foot down. Barnes & Noble, their deals are not that great. Like the buy one, get one half off. Sometimes it's fun, but for the most part, Barnes & Noble is still selling you books at full price. So instead of going to Barnes & Noble, just go to an independent bookstore. There is no need to be at Barnes & Noble. I understand Barnes & Noble has the reward system. So after so many points, you get $10 off and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Because you have to spend so much money to even get the $10 off. Who cares? Go to an independent bookstore instead. I personally like to do half price books because I like the discount. So I also understand when people want to go to Target, because Target also instantly gives you 20% discount off the full price. I understand those things. I understand the Amazon is like, oh, but I'm getting it at a discounted price, especially if you buy it especially if you buy the ebook version for your Kindle. Oh my God, that discounted price is so nice. But there are other places to shop. There are other places to shop for books. And so if you really need to, if that discount is going to help your pockets, listen, I can't stay here and talk you out of anything. I understand it's expensive. Buy it on Amazon. But if you can, if you know you can afford it, if the discount is not that big, go to the bookstore and buy it. Go to an independent bookstore. Go find a local bookstore. It is going to feel so much better to walk into an independent bookstore and find a community, like one that's close to you. It doesn't even have to be close to you. I'm a person who likes to drive, right? And so one of my favorite local bookstores is actually the Book Readers Venue down in Humboldt, Texas. And that's like an hour drive from me, but it's Black owned. She focuses on, I always call it BIPOC authors, but I'm realizing that people call it BIPO, BIPOC or whatever. Like I always call it BIPOC, but she focuses on authors of color. She also focuses on romance and romantic suspense because that's her favorite genre. And it was so fun to go in there and talk to her. She is a professional yapper just like me. And so if you want to talk to someone and have someone who is going to show you love and care and who's also obsessed with books and can give you not only so many good recommendations for a romance book, but it can also give you recommendations for local authors that she has in her store, go there, go to the Book Readers Venue. I love and adore them. There's so many other local bookstores around the state of Texas. I know there's a lot of local bookstores, local independent bookstores around the United States. Go make new friends. Go be friendly with the shop owner. They'll love you. And before you know it, you'll start getting a few little extra items in the bag. That's what I did. I went to the independent bookstore in College Station and it was genuinely my favorite place. And I would prefer to go to the independent bookstore instead of going to half price books. Like, I would rather spend the extra $2-3 for the same book than go to half price books. I still love me a half price books though, because again, I love a discount. And with half price books, you're literally buying something that is used. While they do sell brand new books, I love that I get to buy something used at a cheap price. I'm going to love it. They all sit on my shelves. Like, I am just such a person. Reuse, reduce, and recycle. And that's something that I really love that has become popular. Back to recession pop with Malcolm Moore talking about I'm gonna bump some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. But I really do love it because, especially like growing up as Gen Z and the generation of like, the world is burning, the world's on fire, we're all gonna die because of global warming. Being able to shop for things that cause a lot of waste, like clothing. People always talk about how clothing is one of the top pollutants on the planet because of fast fashion. Like, it's the way people get rid of clothes. And so for me, which is funny because growing up, my mom did it for tax breaks, but thank God there's a tax break for it, because every single time I wanted to do a closet clean out and get new clothes, I would never, ever, ever throw it away unless it was underwear. Underwear is where I draw the line. Underwear, like, that has to go out the door, right? But everything else, I always donated it. Donate your clothes. You're gonna feel so much better about donating your clothes to a good cause that needs clothing, that they're looking for gently used clothes, especially if you're someone who you like shopping. I am not going to be the person who's going to sit here and be like, I'm here to de-influence you so we can stop. That is another thing that, a recession is coming, man. That trend of like, getting rid of hyperconsumption, de-influencing you, telling you what you have in your home to use instead of buying something new. Hey, I'm sorry, buying something new puts a smile on my face. And that's one trend that I hop on out of the need for like, I need to save money. I do not have money to buy these things, so it makes me feel better to see things about de-influencing. But in reality, if I could afford it, girl, I'll be walking up and down all types of aisles of independent local stores. I am so for real. I am so for real. But that's a personal issue for another day. Truly, honestly, I can't think about that right now. But yeah. And so I love a half price books because I love getting gently used books. I love when you can find a book that's almost looks brand new and it's at a discounted price because, again, someone just didn't care for it, didn't want it, sold it to half price books. Or when the people, depending on what area that you go to, sometimes the half price books don't understand the value of the book that they have, or they're in an area where that book has no value in that area. Oh, that's been my favorite. College Station, every single book that I wanted constantly sold out, or damn near same price as just buying it brand new, if not more, because the value of the book has gone up because of how many people want it, because it was a town of people my age reading the exact same thing. I come back to Houston, I started shopping in my uncle's area where it's a bunch of older retired people who sit around on yachts all day. I'm not even kidding. The Half Price Books has a yacht club very close to it. But who sit around on yachts all day because they are retired with money. They're not reading the books that I'm reading. So I found an OOP Sarah J. Maas Throne of Glass book for $10. 10 US American dollars. I sold it for 56. I'm sorry. I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the consumerism. I apologize. I don't think I've ever been able to sell another book though. That was the one thing that was like, damn, that was such a good deal. And it was a duplicate. I bought it and it was a duplicate because I already had the book. And so I sold it for $56. And I really love that for myself because I have not been able to find a deal like that again because, again, the price has gone up so dramatically. And oh my God, talking about not having money. Y'all don't understand how excited I was to have so much money in my life, to finally be able to stack up money, stack up coins. It's okay though. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get in a better financial situation. But y'all understand how excited I was to stack up coin because I want to buy the out of print edition of the Throne of Glass series. It is one of my favorite books. I understand a lot of people have a problem with Sarah J. Maas and she's been canceled and blah, blah, blah. But influencer made a very good point on Threads, and it's kind of how I've been feeling about this whole situation, because honestly the only people who get on to me about some of the authors whose books that I still talk about and whose books that I still love, it's typically like people who aren't readers in my life that are like, I can't believe you're supporting this author. Did you not see them do this? Did you not see them do that? Or like that conversation that happened where this girl was getting onto all the bookfluencers of color who went to HarperCollins' little influencer trip, their little brand trip. And HarperCollins has a history of doing very racist things and not being a very diverse company. And suddenly they're doing a influencer brand trip where a majority of the people were authors of color. And these people were like, I cannot believe y'all did this. Y'all are sellouts and blah, blah, blah. And what makes it so frustrating is because it's like, when you are telling people of color about how racist these authors are, how racist these companies are, you question it's almost like, oh my God, I'm going to word this so badly, but just stick out with me if you want to like go look into it on Threads. It's kind of old tea now, so you might have to do a little bit of digging. But basically someone was like, you're questioning their intelligence as bookfluencers of color you're questioning their intelligence by basically saying that they will easily be sold out for a free book or a free trip, and they're going to look past that. When in reality, these are people who have dealt with racism. These are people who deals with oppression all the time. And so to finally see a brand wanting to change, wanting to include them, and they get excited because they don't get to do things like this due to their race, it's just kind of a little belittling, because it's kind of like, well, they're the ones going through it. Like, it's okay. And oh my God, I could get into this topic all day, but we're just going to push forward. But, you know, I do enjoy Sarah J. Maas books. I do enjoy Rebecca Yarrow's books. I understand the issues that people have with them. But for me, it's like, it does not bother me that I openly support these women and their books, because in the same breath that I'm doing that and I'm supporting their books, it's like, I've already read the books. I've already fallen in love with the books. So I'm going to keep them on my shelf. I'm going to reread them. I'm going to love them. I'm going to cherish them for what I know those authors to be in my life. But at the same time, now I'm pickier with the books that I look for on Stuff Your Kindle events. Thankfully, you know, the book community is very, very, very open about what books include, to make sure that you can always find the crowd that you want to be in, especially when you're reading. And so when I'm doing Stuff Your Kindle events, I'm specifically looking for books that are written by authors of color. I'm specifically looking for FMCs and MMCs of color in the books, and they have them tagged in all the Stuff Your Kindle Day, which April 22nd, romance book lovers, Stuff Your Kindle Day. I'm just going to tag them on Instagram because this is coming out on the 23rd, so it's going to be too late. But excuse me, I just burped. But yeah, I do put a lot of effort. I mean, even my favorite bookstore being the fact that it's owned by a Black woman who wants to promote authors of color, also looking for neurodivergent authors, looking for disabled authors, looking for queer authors, like making sure that I'm looking for those tags in books to make sure that we can find representation, because, you know, a lot of spaces in America tend to kind of look the same across the board. And it's only like, that is why it's such a big thing to try to boycott these corporations, because things will change based on where the money is going. That's just how it works in a capitalistic society. Society will change once money flows in a different direction. And it's not trying to say that the voices who hold a majority of the space in all these different spaces don't belong there and they shouldn't be there and they need to be completely removed. But it's more about balancing the playing field to make sure everyone has an opportunity to be in these different spaces. And so I'm just, I'm doing my due diligence to make sure I'm really focusing on these authors, especially like I'm a Black woman, and so as a Black woman, it is so nice to crack open a book and know that the FMC looks like me. Oh, especially as a plus size Black woman. That's another thing that I've been looking for are books where the main character is a plus size woman, because I cannot tell y'all how many books that I've cracked open. And I just mean across the board, like across the board. It is either a racially ambiguous, skinny little 17-year-old girl who's so small, no one can believe that she can even hold a sword. Or what's the other one? Or just like blonde hair, blue-eyed Barbie doll who again is 16, 17, so tiny, no one can believe she can hold a sword. And I'm just like, I am so sick and tired of that just being the standard. And so even seen on threads when someone's like, I just wrote a new fantasy book and the main character is a 23-year-old woman, I'm always like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Stop putting, and like, if it's a young adult book, I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to complain about it. If it's specifically young adult, yes, make them teenagers. These are for teenagers. So please make the main character a teenager so they can see themselves reflected in the books. But I'm talking about the adult books that are for adults. Looking at you, Sarah J. Maas. Looking at you, Akatar. Miss Farah, who is 17 and illiterate and so tiny and so small and frail that she needed a man to come and save her. It was also a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but that's besides the point. But like these book series that are for adults, made by adults, and the main character starts off as like this 16, 17-year-old girl who then grows up into a woman, and you watch that journey. And I'm like, y'all, please, for the love of God, for the love that all it is evil and all that is morally gray, please make these people older. Yes, we have our 300-year-old man. Love him. Ooh, who is my current book boyfriend? Do I have a current book boyfriend? The book that I'm reading, Dragon Gods, without spoiling it, the MMC, his name is Fox. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. I want him to die. He needs to die. In fact, if I could kill him myself, I would. That is how much I hate that man. But we'll see how this goes. I have no idea if it's an enemies to lovers or he just gets shot and she moves on with her life. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for option number 2. Who is my current book boyfriend that I would be obsessing over? What book did I just finish recently? Let's go down I would say Goodreads, but I prefer Storygraph. And now that a lot of arcs prefer, there's something on my phone. And now that a lot of authors don't mind if you use Storygraph instead of books, Storygraphs instead of Goodreads, like when it comes to reading their arc, I'm about to delete Goodreads altogether. Ooh. Oh my God. I've already read 13 books for 2025. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The person you are trying to reach can't answer the phone right now. 5 Broken Blades. I forgot I had just finished that book. Oh my God. Chef Kiss. The one, oh my God, I literally think I just talked about that book too. Did I talk about it in the last podcast episode? I finished it on April 13th. Then no, I didn't talk about it. I might have talked about Ace of Spades. I just finished 5 Broken Blades. It is so good. If you love Game of Thrones, where the book is mainly politics and not a lot of fighting, chaos, and action, like obviously it's still there, but the whole point of the book is like the mind games and the mind tricks and like the lies people tell. You're gonna love Five Broken Blades. My one thing about books like that is that the plot is very, very slow. It is a very slow paced book, and that gets so frustrating to me because sometimes I get bored so easily. And that's why I enjoy fantasy, because fantasy always starts off with a bang. And so that was the one downside. If I had to choose a book boyfriend from Five Broken Blades, it would be Mikhail. Ooh, Mr. Mikhail. Oh, ooh, he had me giggling and kicking my feet the entire time. Oh, I would want Mikhail. Mikhail wouldn't want me. And that's all I got to say about that. But, man, oh, my God. Oh, wait, I think Mikhail would want me. I take that back. He would want me. He's a whore. He says it himself. I love Mikhail. Mikhail, he... 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. He is one of those men who is just like such a sweetheart, but you wouldn't know that. You would only know that after you got to know him a little bit. Then you'd find out that he only has a soft spot for the people that he cares about. Other than that, everyone standing in his way could die. Like literally, he's such a strong fighter that people call him a demon when he starts fighting, because like his fighting skills are so out of this world, like they were born from hell. So that's why they call him a demon when he's fighting. Love Mikhail. But my favorite book boyfriend at the moment, can we see I have a theme of devils going on, from Phantasma. I forgot the guy's name already. Phantasma, such a good book, such a good read, literally a 5-star. I want to read book 2 in Phantasma. Yeah. Ophelia's sister, blah, 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 ballrooms, demons. What is the name of the boy? What is the name? Oh, they actually describe Phantasma as a Court of Thorns and Roses meets Caraval. I kind of saw that. Actually. I'm not going to lie. I really did see how it was like a court. Well, I haven't read Caraval, but I did read Akatar. I actually kind of hate that book series. I didn't like it until book 4 and 5, which apparently book 4 is like across the board the book that everybody hates. But I really liked it. Other than that, it was because I hated Farah, and Farah deserves to be stabbed a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot of it. What is the boy's name? I cannot think of the boy's name. Oh my God. Hold on. I need to look up the main character. MMC of Phantasma. Blackwell. His name is Blackwell. Blackwell is my book boyfriend. That is the person that I'm marrying. He is the one that I'm choosing to spend the rest of my life with. He himself is also a ghost. Specifically, what did they call him? He was, damn, I finished the book a couple days ago. So like, cause it's April 22nd right now. And it says I finished it on the 13th. What, a phantom? Yeah. Like Danny Phantom, Danny Phantom. He's a phantom and I'm in love with him. And I fell in love with that man so quickly. He's another person who described himself as a whore. So you know what? He would want me to. The things that I would do for that man, the things that I would give up in life just to be with that man. I'm not gonna lie. He was so amazing. We love our morally gray. Well, he wasn't, I wouldn't say, would I categorize him as morally gray? Because when I think of morally gray, I think of like Azriel, someone who's just constantly dark, broody, very much like, can barely crack a smile, very sad boy, like I'm in love with an emo girl. And he's a little bit like that, you know. He's a little bit of like, I'm dangerous, nothing ever good comes from hanging out with me, everything about me falls apart, you know, don't come too close to me, you're not gonna like it. But at the same time, he's a charmer, and like he has such a like smooth tongue. His game, oh my God, that man, he's so charming. He's a smooth talker. I'm sitting there like, damn, he could be in my life. Love him. So I would say those are my book boyfriends for the week, and I'm probably going to keep this going. I'm always having a new book boyfriend. Other than that, that's about it for all the book updates. After I finish Dragon Gods, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I'm kind of thinking a few things that I want to get into. It's a book called Autumn by Norian Love, which is actually a local author in Humble, or I don't know if he's just a local author in Texas or if he's specifically in Humble, Texas. I got it from the book readers venue. I kind of want to crack into that because it's about like poems. It's about love, and I'm kind of itching for a romance, but because I'm also itching for a romance, I kind of want to crack into the rest of my Neon God series. I think it's called the Olympus series, whatever. Kind of want to get into those books next. There's so many books. I have so many books on my shelves, like The Warm Hand of Ghosts, but I believe that's a historical fiction. And I'm not finna lie, Divine Rivals really killed the historical fictions for me. Jesus Christ. I know it was like a historical fantasy mix, whatever, but I love my fantasies placed in like Renaissance days. Like, give me medieval days. The 1912s, Jesus Christ, that's too soon. I'm not over that yet. You think I'm over the 1920s? Babes, no. You think I've gotten over the time where people were using typewriters as their main source of writing? Absolutely not. I'm still mourning those eras of when America was hell. Complete hell. Women didn't even have a bank account at that time. You think I'm over that? Absolutely not. The Gilded Age of the 1920s, babes, please don't piss me off. So I don't really like the historical fictions. They just feel a little too close to the modern day. It feels a little like I just know too much about those historical period. I don't actually know that much. I know about the traumas of my people during that time, so it makes me not want to pick them up. But that's what I got to say on that. Yeah, so those are like the books that I'm looking into reading next. I also want to get back into the Ugly series. Love this book when I was back in like, I want to say like 6th grade. No, younger than that. Oh my God. Yeah. Like 5th, 6th grade. And I have the entire series with the original covers that I read, that I was reading during that time. And so I kind of want to do a reread of that. I've been itching to do a reread of Throne of Glass. I also have the Children of Blood and Bone and Children of Virtue and Vengeance, because book 3 has already come out and they're turning that into a movie. So I also need to read that. And then I have over 200 books on my Kindle to read. My TBR on my Kindle is 200 and something. And I just got more books because today is Stuff Your Kindle, and I did indeed stuff my Kindle. So hopefully my Kindle doesn't run out of space anytime soon, because that's just my TBR. That's not including the textbooks that I have on there. That's not including the audiobooks that I have on there. That's not including the did not finish list that I have on there. Like, I have all of them separated into categories. And so once I finish a book, it comes off of my TBR collection and goes into my read and reading collection. So like, there's a lot of books that I need to finish. But anyways, let's wrap up this podcast episode because it's already 52 minutes long and I don't want to keep y'all any longer. So if you're commuting to work, hey, how you doing? If you are at work, girl, get back to work. Why are you actually, no, don't get back to work. Who am I kidding? Girl, get paid to sit on that clock. Get paid. Run that clock, babes. You should get back to work before you get fired, though. Okay, learn the art of doing the bare minimum. If you're at the gym, hi, you're doing amazing, sweetie. Keep pushing, push it to the limit, cause we're in it to win it. Oh yeah, gotta work it out, gotta do my thing my own way. Anyways, y'all remember Jump In? What else can y'all? Laundry. I love listening to a podcast when I'm doing laundry. If you're getting ready, again, you look damn good. Anyways, if you're whatever you're doing, you're killing it at life. You're doing amazing. I'm proud of you. If no one's told you today, I'm proud of you. If you don't believe me, DM me. I'll tell you how proud I If you don't believe me, DM me. I'll tell you how proud I am of you. Rate this podcast 5 stars. Follow me on the socials, Podcast Girly everywhere. If I have that social media, I keep all my socials linked in the show notes. And yeah, that's basically how life's been going. That's how we doing. So peace and blessings. Brianna out. Ta-ta for now. Show's over. Bye.